Well, a big part of why I started Socialicity, as we've talked about, was for a few things, a few really specific reasons. One has been make a job, don't take a job. So rather than being an employee, I wanted to be a creator of employment. And so that might be along the lines of it. But also, we have something called Pay It Forward Friday, where part of what I wanted to do with Socialicity, which I'm doing, is dedicating the equivalent of a day a week, like one full day a week, with clients businesses who are either on the ropes or not-for-profits who couldn't afford, perhaps, wouldn't have the resources for agency quality guidance. So I'll work with them, for absolutely for free, and whether that's going to be around messaging or tactics or strategy or whatever, I'll just spend time with them. So I'm working with a variety of charities now, which I'm really excited about. One is Alma's Children's Educational Foundation that provides support for some of the poorest children on earth in the Peruvian hillside, the Quechua people in Peru. And another one is a charity called The World Remembers, which is created by R.H. Thompson, who you may know him from stage and screen, but it's his pet project to recognize soldiers who fought and lost their lives in World War I, who were nameless at the time. So the idea is, it's a peace-driven initiative, the idea that in death we're all the same. So it creates artistic installations that the names of German soldiers and British soldiers and Australian soldiers and various are played together, because they're all one, they're all the same. And so that's an initiative called The World Remembers that I'm part of as well.
I get access to walking into 10 or so sales and service organizations a month. And the insight and, being able to provide, I can charge people for it, but truthfully, to some extent, I think that, it's about giving back. So for me, it fundamentally is a servant leader who isn't just serving clients, but is serving family, is serving tribe and community and those kind of things. Because it's a pretty lonely life if you weren't cultivating that around you, right?
Well, it's very rewarding, but in many ways, I think you learn a lot when you engage with other people. It increases your appreciation, gives you purpose, that you're actually making a difference. And it's rewarding to see growth and change and positivity results. So it's I think in all of us to want to help, but it's really nurturing that spirit of wanting to that I think helps us grow as people. It's huge. It's something that we, again, it's part of our values at the company I'm with, RBC, and just part of what we do. It's in our DNA.
I think it's all of our responsibility. People can sit around and complain about how bad things are, and certainly we are in a very unusual time where things aren't looking so great in many aspects of the world. But the only way to solve that is to contribute back, to give back, and you can't wait for some government or leader, or it's everyone's responsibility. So when my mom passed away 6 years ago, my siblings and I knew we wanted to do something for her. To honor her legacy and to continue her path. And I was involved with musical theater at the time. So it was actually 4 years ago we started the Unsung Heroes, Barbara Pinchuk Unsung Heroes Productions, which is a production house that puts on musical review shows that are fundraisers. In our first 3 years, we've raised over $110,000. This year we're actually expanding out from one production to 3 different productions. We have a show in September, a musical review show. That one's for leukemia. We're partnering with Imagine a Cure for Leukemia, a great local charity. And then in January we're doing a teen edition of that show, and we're working with Partners for Mental Health, which do a lot for a lot of lobbying with the government to actually create a better support system for kids. 70% of mental health issues have their onset in adolescence, and yet most kids don't get the same resources, and there's not as much of a system and support structure as adults have. So it's a really critical issue. So it's also nice that the teens are working on that, because it's something they can sing about and perform to that they're passionate about. And then in the spring, we're going to be doing a sort of more concert-style show to help send kids to camp. We call it Campfire Song, and it's like being around the campfire and singing all of our favorites and working to help send kids to camp.